to shake and get wicked. Yeah, ooh, bet on my city, you get it. Yeah, ooh, bet on my city, you get it. Yeah, ooh, trying to shake and get wicked. Get wicked. Trying to shake it, you know. Yeah.
I'm here with Charlotte Banks from Charlotte, North Carolina. Woo woo. Dope
Yes.
From the area. Can you tell people about yourself?
Well, as you know, I'm Charlotte Banks. And for those who don't know, I'm Charlotte Banks. I'm from the Queen City original. And I'm a singer, songwriter, and a rapper. So I'm a triple threat right now.
Okay, multifaceted. I love it. So writing music since the age of 6 and knowing at that time that you wanted to be a star, would you say that music is your first love?
Yes, there's no doubt in my mind. I definitely have the drive and the passion for it. And I actually carried my first tune at 6. I didn't really write it at 6. I carried my tune when I started playing around with it. And as I got older, that's when I knew I had a passion for it.
Okay, all right. So then with that, and then where you are now, your mom is your manager. Do you think that's a pro to the uprising of your career?
I do. It gives me stability. And I feel like, you know, at some point, I know I'm going to have to branch outside of my mom, you know, dealing with business and industry. But I think that she kind of helps me with outweighing my best decisions, you know.
Right. Okay. All right. So what else do you do aside from the music?
I'm a full-time mom. So besides that, I'm spending time writing. You know, my life is all about music. So taking care of my child, and I'm writing music. So that's really what I do on my daily basis.
Okay. So you're pivoting or just finding a balance.
Right.
Okay. Name 2 female rappers that you'd want to perform with, and what are your reasons?
I would say Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma.
Okay.
The reason why I say Nicki Minaj is because she has that fun side of her. You know, it's not always just one specific thing. You know, you make it Nicki Minaj, you make it Nicki Minaj, you might get a whole different character from her. So that brings out, you know, the fun in music. And the reason why I say Remy Ma, because she's really well known for her lyrics. And she has that New York in her. So it's like, I like those are the 2 sides of me that I like. So I really like those. Yeah.
She's got some great sass, some hardcore sass going on.
Yes.
Name a male rapper that reminds you of yourself.
I don't really have one.
You don't think Drake remind you of you?
No, not Drake. Maybe like, no. I mean, yeah, well, I can see where you're going with that, because, you know, he carries some tunes on his song and he raps as well. So maybe him, yeah.
Maybe him.
Yeah.
So you were signed to Next Coast Music Group. Why did they stand out to you?
They stood out to me because, I'm sorry, I'm having some technical difficulty. I'm back. They stood out to me because, you know, of the things that they had to bring to the table. Not only that, but the support system. And, you know, you have to always start with the foundation.
Right.
So that people were taking the time out to, you know, take interest in what I had to offer as far as rapping, singing, and they put that we build a trust, you know, and they put that behind me, and they motivated me and got me to where I needed to be, when, you know, because of course there are doubters out here. So, and I never got that from them, and that's what inspired me to keep going. As you can see, I got the Next Coast brand on, you know, that's that's why I
love it.
Thank
you. You're welcome. So female rappers were far and few as we delved further into 2000. Now you have dope female MCs from every walk of life sharing the limelight. Do you think it's better now for female rappers to make a name for themselves and for their work to be taken seriously?
I do. Now you're starting to see more female artists come out more than ever.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, in my opinion, I feel like females are taking over.
Right.
For we have Megan Thee Stallion, you have Cardi B, and the list can go on. You know, all of these upcoming artists. And I remember at one point there was not that many female artists.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's becoming a lot easier, and they're paving the way for females to say, okay, I can do this. You know, so, and I think that's great, and that's a motivation for female artists.
Right. Okay. Now let's get into your music. Wicked. It's a bop. What inspired that track?
Well, you know, growing up in Charlotte, you see a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, a lot of people don't talk about or speak about where they come from and what goes on in their city. Of course, it's more to Charlotte than the things that were spoken about in Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of take my experiences and, you know, talk about the actual things that go on and bring awareness. And that could just mean any city or state or wherever you come from.
Right.
So I just write it down on pen and paper and let everybody know, like, hey, you know, and I'm sure there's people out there that can relate to it as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a nice song. Definitely nice. And
Thank
did
you.
you write the entire song?
Yes, the entire song. That's all me. Any song that I drop or release, that's me.
Wow, that's awesome. You are super duper talented. Like
Yeah.
just your cadence, everything is fire. So I was like, oh, this girl, she's banging. And then along with that, you were afforded the opportunity to audition for American Idol and America's Got Talent. Those
Yes.
are both large platforms where it's a large number of contestants fighting for the same thing at their shot. How did you push past fear to perform and own that stage presence with each audition?
Well, my pops, who's no longer here, he's always, you know, he's the one that inspired me and gave me that motivation. Like, Mama, this is something that you want to do. You know, you gotta get over your fears and go ahead and push forward. So having him at every audition with me kind of broke that fear. You know, it's like, okay, if I don't get over it now, then I never will. So if this is something I want to do, I have to prove that.
Right.
So to help me out, and once I got in the zone of singing, I was like, you know, the fear went away. So
no, well,
it helped me
out. What are words of affirmation that you tell yourself to push yourself forward?
Basically, anything you put your mind to, you can do it. If you want something, you have to want it more than your next breath. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't, then you don't want it as bad. And that's something that my pops always told me. Like, just because you see this person failing at this, don't mean that it's not possible for you. Just because someone said this is impossible, it's possible for you. You just have to have that mindset, because it's always mind over matter.
Right. So you had a pretty huge support with your dad and your mom.
Yes.
Do you think it's important for you to have that kind of support? You have a lot of artists that don't have that, and
right.
their foundation is different in music. Yours is pretty strong. So you think that's a major thing for you?
For me, yes. For those who, you know, have a different situation, I feel as though anybody who supports you on what you do, as long as that person is serious about supporting you and in your corner 100%, I feel like you're unstoppable.
That's right. Now let's talk about Black Girl Magic. And I know who influenced me, but who influenced you the most during the presidential elections?
I would say Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys, why did she influence you?
Because she's very pro-Black. She definitely helps uplift the Black community, let alone Black women. So she made it very important, you know, and helped us lead a way to say, okay, this is important to vote, because with all the things that are happening, she basically just, you know, she helped give us that power that we needed. And I'm sure a lot of other artists has done that, but she stuck out to me.
Right. Okay. Are you working on any other projects? What else do you have coming out?
I am definitely cooking in the kitchen as we speak. I'm working on an album. Release dates will be coming soon. And it's very versatile. It's very different. So I think that's what's going to catch the ears of a lot of people, because it's not the Charlotte Banks you know before. It's different. I had to spice it up a little bit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So is it more like singing or just a big old gumbo?
Yeah, big gumbo. I'm definitely punch for punch, singing and rapping. It's an even trade. So
okay, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to hear it. So where can our viewers and listeners find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram as Charlotte_Banks1. You can find me on Facebook on my like page at Charlotte Banks, and as well as YouTube at Charlotte Banks. Same thing.
Okay. Do you have any websites or merchandise? Or are you working towards that?
Yeah, we're working towards that. That will definitely be in the upcoming process.
Okay. And then you said that you were like basically staying out the way. So
yeah.
Are you performing or doing virtual performances?
We have not gotten to that yet, but I'm sure that's coming up in the future.
Okay. All right. So that's cool beans. I appreciate you so much for taking the time. I'm gonna let you get back to your family and vibe out.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And if there is something that you want to leave with the viewers, words of encouragement or inspiration, we would love it.
So only thing I'm going to say is that the universe is your best friend. You have to learn to manifest what you want, and your tongue is a powerful source. So anything that you manifest, it will come. It will happen. It will come into play. So as long as you have a good mindset, like I said, mind over matter, no matter what the situation is, always want something more than you want your next breath.
Ooh, trying to shake and get wicked. Yeah, ooh, bet on my city, you get it. Yeah, ooh, bet on my city, you get it. Yeah, ooh, trying to shake and get wicked. Trying to shake it, you know what I'm saying?